Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Barrister Waqas Aziz Qureshi. I'm an advocate of the Supreme Court. I run a practice by the name of Transact Law, and we're based out of Islamabad. So I want to take this opportunity to address our younger lot of lawyers who've been practicing for less than 5 years, lawyers who've recently enrolled, or even law students who are thinking about joining the profession. Typically, हमारी सोच यही रही है कि वकील जो हैं वो सिर्फ कोर्ट जाते हैं, जबकि रियलिटी ऐसे है कि सिर्फ वकालत का मतलब सिर्फ कोर्ट जाना नहीं है। वकालत कोर्ट के अलावा भी हो सकती है, जिसके अंदर आपके नॉन कंटेंशियस मैटर्स आ जाते हैं। और मैं ज़रूर इस चीज़ के ऊपर सबको आई वांट टू कन्विंस एवरीवन that these new areas of law are something that you should be looking into and you should be exploring. For instance, the world is changing, it's changing with every passing day. There's something new coming up. More recently, if you look at AI has taken a huge sort of, it's become very important in this day and age. Similarly, technology is becoming a part of our daily lives. Things like cryptocurrency and, blockchain, the words that you hear all the time. These are all new areas, and every area that gets introduced into society has to be regulated through some form of law. So the area that I want to talk to you about today are special economic zones. Generally, special economic zones are not something which are very recent. There are countries that have been doing these for a number of years, countries that have changed their economies, by implementing these laws. China is one example. So is Turkey. So is India. In fact, even Pakistan has special economic zones. Our law, the special economic zones, came out in 2012. And it was again amended in 2016. So far, Pakistan has over 20 plus special economic zones. What are special economic zones? Well, special economic zones are geographically delimited areas where a special set of laws is applicable. Now, what is the purpose of those special set of laws? The whole idea behind a special economic zone, and there are multifarious names that have been given to them: special economic zones, special technology zones, export promotion zones, free trade zones. Gwadar, I'm sure you've all heard of it, is a free trade zone. But what is this? What exactly do special economic zones do? Well, special economic zones are geared towards bringing in investment, incentivizing the investor to come and invest in a special economic zone. But the question is, what would prompt an investor to invest in a special economic zone? So what are the incentives? Well, generally the incentives are pretty much very straightforward. Under the SEZ Act, if you're a developer, i.e. somebody who's developing the special economic zone, you get a one-time customs exemption for plant and machinery that you import into Pakistan for the purposes of developing the special economic zone, and you get a 10-year tax holiday, an income tax holiday. Similarly, if you're a zone enterprise, and zone enterprise would be somebody who is physically investing in an industry, that would be a zone enterprise. Now, the zone enterprise, again, has similar incentives. They will get a one-time customs exemption on the plant and machinery for that particular industry, and a 10-year tax holiday from the date of their operations. Now, generally speaking, in comparison to the rest of the world, these incentives might seem minuscule, maybe not enough to prompt someone to invest. But in the larger scheme of things, when you look at it from an industrial standpoint, a 10-year tax holiday is a huge break for anybody investing, because for 10 years, no matter what your income, you will not be asked any questions. Your income will not be taxed. That is a huge incentive for any industry to invest and grow, because outside a special economic zone, whenever you do invest, you will be liable to pay income tax from day one. Similarly, the customs exemption, that is also a huge deal, because when you do import machinery, and you do import machinery all the time for such industrial ventures, the customs duties on these machineries is astronomical. But if you had the option to be able to import the latest machinery, the latest technology, without having to pay any customs duty, would you not want to invest? Of course you would. Now, since the law exists and there is a huge clientele in Pakistan, and in fact, a lot of foreign countries that do want to invest in Pakistan, special economic zones, special technology zones, free trade zones, export promotion zones are areas that they look into. However, unfortunately, not enough people are practicing in this area. So my suggestion to you, whoever is watching this video, pick up the law, start reading it, start understanding it. It's a very simple law, but the moment you start understanding it, when you start understanding the nuances related to it, you will be able to explore a new area of law. This is just one area of law. There's several other areas of law that you can explore. Technology startups. You must have heard over the past decade, a lot of startups have cropped up across the world. Kareem, famous for being started by one of the partners being a Pakistani, by IKEA, another technology startup, Food Panda, we use it every day. These are all technology startups. How do they start up? They started up with an idea, a set of investors coming together, building a platform, releasing that platform, and disrupting a system. Technology is all about disrupting the system, which leads me to wooqlaw. Wooqlaw is disrupting a system. It is disrupting a system which is traditionally or has traditionally been very paper oriented. By wooqlaw introducing what it's doing is that it's creating a digital platform that allows clients to get in touch with lawyers and for lawyers to manage their affairs in a much more effective and streamlined manner. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what wooqlaw is going to do for the legal community in the future, for the legal profession in the future, and generally for people wanting legal services. And I wish them the best of luck.